Hello and welcome back to Sharin No Kuni. And yeah, last episode, that was a doozy, wasn't it? I actually took a break after that one to calm down a little, and that break was way too long, admittedly, but anyway, I will do another sit-in and see if what will happen now. I mean, oh my.
森田くん、ありがとう。
Thank you, Morita-kun. Whoa, you noticed? My acting must have been pretty bad.
ええ。でも、あの薄笑いは本気で怖かったわ。
Yeah, that smile of yours seriously freaked me out though. Stella, wasn't it?
あなたって、どこまでが本気で、どこまでが冗談なの？
Wait, what? That smile of yours seriously freaked me out though. What is Stella? What is this word? Stella, wasn't it? Wait, Kyoko Stella? Is that her last name? No. I'd like to know just what you're lying about and just what you're telling the truth about. I guess I had created a bit of a gap between Kyoko-san and myself. Well, let's put me aside for now.
気になるわよ。あなたみたいなとんでもない青年、見たことないわ。
No, I'm genuinely curious. I've never met a young man as outrageous as you. Well, of course. Your worldview was quite narrow until I entered your life.
本当に、どんな人生を歩んできたのやら。
I'd like to know just what kind of life you've led. People were always curious about the past of those different from themselves. Kyoko-san and I were no exceptions. By the way, Kyoko-san, sorry, but I do need to take you to the police station now.
そうね。私って、軽犯罪を犯してしまってるんだものね。
Yeah, I have committed a misdemeanor, haven't I? Come on, cheer up. I'm sure they'll just get a bit hot around the collar. No big deal.
何らかの義務を負うことにならない？
They won't give me an obligation? High-class individuals don't have that much free time on their hands. There are way worse people in the world than a mom who carries around a fruit knife. Well, you are a teacher though. That might cause a bit of trouble.
法の下には何人も平等なんじゃないの？
I thought justice was blind. That's a load of shit. Besides, you can't just go carrying around a knife like that. What would have happened if you got stopped during the middle of the night?
でも、そのおかげで助かったわ。
Looks like I owe this thing my thanks though. No, you owe Toka your thanks.
ええ。
Now we could finally get down to business here. Let's get down to business. What business? Oh yeah, there's a great deal of things I wish to ask you. I went straight for the jugular. Would you mind telling Toka the whole truth? Right now?
嫌とは言えなさそうね。
You're not gonna let me refuse, are you? Even Kyoko-san ran out of pertinacy at some point, it would seem. I walked side by side with Kyoko-san, pushing Isuno's bicycle all the way. We had arrived at a small police station out in the country. The investigation had resulted in the following. A report would be filed with the school, and her fingerprints and photograph would now be in the hands of the police. We were allowed to leave without incident afterwards. Her life as a teacher would probably be a bit rocky from now on, but that beat the hell out of attending the PAQT. Still though, it would have been nice if I had managed to rescue her in a more intelligent fashion. You convinced guys who were been warned about your arriving and still could make it so that she didn't need to get on that van, bus, whatever. Home sweet home. Well, not really.
京子 おかえり。
Welcome back, Kyoko.
磯野くん、なんだかあなたが懐かしく思えるわ。
Isono-kun, I think I'm almost glad to see you.
おお、
Oh, you startled.
おい、聞いたか今の。絶対僕のこと好きだって。
He's such an idiot. Hey, did you hear that? She totally digs me, man. Isono left on his bike, lost in his own little world. Toka was probably in her room. Acting on this assumption, Kyoko-san proceeded to the door of said room. Dot.
なんだか緊張するわね。
I'm kind of nervous. I had already informed Kyoko-san of what had transpired earlier this morning. About how I had received her family register and how Tooka had read the letter from her father.
どうかお母さんだけど入っていい？
You are her aunt, not her mother. Tooka, it's your mother. Can I come in? It was hard to imagine that those words came from a parent who had the privilege of treating their child however they pleased.
うん、どうぞ。
Yeah, come on in. Tooka's response was just a bit clumsy.
おかえりなさい。
Welcome back. Tooka felt relieved, and yet she still could not find herself entirely at peace. Her expression said as much. Just what is my relationship with this woman standing in front of me anyway?
勉強してたの？偉いわね。
You were studying? That's great. Kyoko-san's voice cracked in the middle of her words. She was probably having trouble looking her daughter in the eyes.
お母さんね、森田くんのおかげで助かったのよ。研修行かないで済んだのよ。
Morita-kun saved your mother, you know. Thanks to him, I didn't have to attend the training.
うん。健一もなかなか頼りになるところもあるじゃないの。
Yeah, Kenichi can be pretty reliable sometimes. Oh yeah, and sorry that I insisted so that she's not the mother but the aunt. I mean, if you live with a woman that much of a time and she cared about you and took you in and all that, it would only be natural to still see her as your mother, so that won't change for a long time. I understand that before anyone gets upset about that statement.
本当、そうね。森田くんはなんだかんだ言いながら最後には必ず何とかしてくれるタイプだわ。
Yeah, he really can. He's the kind of guy who will come through for you in the end, despite what he may say.
まあ変態だけどちょっとはかっこいい時もあるのかも。
Well, he has some rapist tendencies, but I guess he's a pretty cool guy. Why? Why is he a rapist? I don't understand. He hasn't raped anyone. You guys. I sighed. Am I really the person you should be discussing? Toka had inherited her mother's cowardice.
いや、そんなことは言われても。
Well, sure, but it's not that easy. So she was just scared to actually come out and lay it on the table? Alright, I get it. His Holiness Morita Kenichi shall act as a mediator on this auspicious occasion. After all, it's some insignificant problem with no relation to myself. It should be a piece of cake.
何よその言い方。
You don't have to say it like that. I ignored Toka. Let us put things in order. I have two main questions concerning Kyoko-san. Why won't she attempt to cancel Toka's obligation? And why won't she speak to Toka about her father? I shot a glance at Kyoko-san. She was looking at her feet when she realized that I had finished. She groaned and looked back up at us.
それは トーカが立派な人間になるまでは。
Well, until Tooka becomes an upstanding human being, I can't. You were too scared, weren't you? That might have been a bit too blunt. You were scared that you would end up losing Tooka if you cancelled her obligation, since you are not her real mother. That much should have been adequate. Kyoko-san sighed, then spoke once more.
そうね、その通り。私には自信がないのよ。
Yeah, that's right. I lacked confidence. She smiled in a resigned sort of way.
私もね、トーカと同じ義務を負っていたのよ。
I once had the same obligation that Tooka does.
Huh?
She hasn't catched that on the letter? What?
家がとても厳しくてね。知ってるでしょ？政府の高官なのよ。
My home was very strict, since it was the home of a high-ranking government official. I presume you already know this? Yes, you appear to be estranged from them at present as well.
そうね。選挙が近くなると頼りが来るくらいかしら。
Yeah, they must have sent the news around election time. When was your obligation cancelled?
大学に合格してからね。それまではずっと毎日言われるがままに勉強の日々だったわ。青春らしいことなんて何一つ許してもらえなかったから。
After I entered university, I had lived a life of constant study and discipline up until then. I had never known what it was like to have a normal childhood. And that was most likely why she had tried to force Tooka to experience the same thing. Which is a horrible thing to do. Well, this is something I don't understand. If someone gets something took away from them, like their freedom, as a child, wouldn't they normally develop something? I would never treat my child like this. I wouldn't let my child go through such a hell like I did. That's what I think would be the normal thing that came out of it. And not that you would do the same thing to her.
私もトーカと同じように甘いものが大好きだったのよ。でも禁止されてたの。
See? She refuses her the same, even the same things. And still, why is she so strict to her? If she suffered from this obligation at one point as well, why would she force this destiny onto her daughter? I liked sweets just like Tooka does, but they were prohibited.
ひょっとしてゲームや漫画とかも？
Did you like games and manga too?
ええ。勉強に関係ないものは部屋に置いてもらえなかったわね。それどころか部屋から出るには許可が必要だったわ。
Yeah, my parents didn't allow me to have things unrelated to education in my room. In fact, I wasn't even allowed to leave the room without their permission. She's giving me a hard time to feel bad for her, now knowing that she does the same shit to her as well. She knew how hard it was on her. She knew what an obligation this was. And she still decided to do the same thing to her? I want an explanation of why she thought that is an appropriate idea to do. To let a child go through a hell like that. Always on the constant thing if she would disobey to be going to get killed.
今の私と同じ。
Just like I am now.
ごめんね、トーカ。
I'm sorry, Tooka. Now, the heart-to-heart can wait until after we finish solving these mysteries. And please ask her why would you force it? Why did you force it onto her in the first place? This is the worst reasoning ever, that she brought the obligation upon her just because you had the obligation as well. You're giving me a hard time letting me feel empathy for you.
あなたにはもう全部わかっているんじゃないの？
Shouldn't you know everything by now? I still do not know the details behind or your frame of mind regarding your position as Toga's parental authority.
それは私も知りたい。
I'd like to know that too.
いや、別にお母さんがお母さんじゃなくてもお母さんはお母さんなんだけど、それでもなんていうか知っておきたい。
Well, I'm not saying that you're not my mom or anything. You are still my mom. I just want to know, I guess. Kyoko-san is most certainly your parental authority, Toga. If she weren't, then she wouldn't have received a summons to the training. The situation is obviously rather complicated. Kyoko-san let out another long sigh.
どうか、あなたは私がお腹を痛めて産んだ子供じゃないのよ。
Well, that figured. Toga, I did not give birth to you. She said it more to convince herself.
やっぱりそうなんだ。
So, it is true.
ごめんね。黙ってて。
Sorry for keeping quiet about it.
どうして言ってくれなかったの？
Why haven't you ever told me this? Cut her some slack. It's not an easy topic to bring out of the blue.
ケンイチは黙っててよ。
You can shut up, Kenichi.
私の家は5人兄弟なの。 私は長女なのよ。
My family had 5 children. I was the eldest daughter. That's quite a few for a family in the city.
けれど、5人のうち3人とは血が片方しかつながっていなくて、1人は養子であまり関係を持てなかったわ。
However, I was connected by blood to only 3 of my siblings, and only partly at that. My other sibling was adopted. None of us ever really got along with each other. What do you mean by partly?
私の父は2度結婚していて、私は前妻の子供だったのよ。私のお母さんは早くに亡くなってしまっていてね。
My father married twice. I was the child of his ex-wife. My mom died when I was still very young. So she had been isolated from the others?
寂しかった？
Were you lonely?
最初はね。
At first? Another one of those resigned smiles.
いろいろあったけれど、食事の時間に呼ばれなかったのはちょっと辛かったわね。
I went through a lot back then, but I think the most painful was never being invited to eat dinner with the rest of my family. And she had done the same to Tooka yesterday.
あと、弟や妹は義務を課せられなかったのもずっと不満だった。
And I was always frustrated by the fact that my brothers and sisters didn't have to deal with my obligation. It was a common enough story, as sad as it was. A new mother arrives and shows no love for the child that isn't hers.
でもね、慣れてくるのよ。そんな毎日が当然だと思えてくるの。
But I got used to it. Living like that became natural for me. This hardens the question for me. Why did you do it to her if you really love her? Why would you do it?
そうして義務が解消されるのをただひたすら待ったわ。自立したらたくさん好きなことをやろうって勉強机に向かいながら やりたいことをノートにつけてた。
And once I got used to it, it was just a matter of waiting until they cancelled my obligation. I would be able to do anything I wanted once I was free. Sometimes, when I was studying at my desk, I would write down things that I wanted to do in my notebooks. Her sighs just wouldn't stop.
ただ、私はダメだった。
But in the end, I just couldn't cut it.
森田くんの言った通り、大学に入って晴れて自由になった私は、わかりやすく道を踏み外したのよ。
Like Morita-kun said before, my life started getting screwed up once I was free. Why? What?
どうして？
Thanks. Why?
私のやりたかったことって、普通の子供が当たり前のように手に入れているものばかりだったのよ。
Because the things I wanted to do were things that any kid had already done. Which begs the question even more. Why did you force it upon her? She wants to do those things as well. Why don't you let her have the childhood you could never have? I want to know. If I don't know it at the end of this, I get really pissed.
お菓子が食べたいとか、恋愛をしてみたいとか、夜更かししてテレビゲームをしたいとか、そんな小さな欲求だったの。
I'm 26 as of now, and I also want to eat sweets, fall in love, stay up late, and play video games. Well, stay up late is sorta debatable. I want to get my good old sleep. So stay up late maybe is not as big of a thing for me anymore, but all the other things. The same as Toka.
だから大学生活はそういった欲求を満たす日々の繰り返しだったわ。勉強は全然しなくなったし、家にも帰らなくなった。
I hope she realized how dumb she is. I hope she realizes while she's talking how dumb of an idea it was to give her the obligation. So, I spent my university life fulfilling my desires. All day, every day. I never studied, and I never returned home. You had a lot on your plate, huh? I tried making fun of her to lighten the mood a bit, but Kyoko-san just gave me that same pained smile.
将来の目標もなく、これといった趣味もなかった私は、愚鈍に寝たいだけ寝て、似たような友達を作って、何ら生産性のない毎日を過ごしてた。
I had no aspirations, no hobbies. I just wasted my time like an idiot. I slept when I wanted to sleep, and I only made friends with people who were similar to me. The thing because I left was I had no aspirations. I don't have any aspirations either. I'm just living my life like as enjoyable. I try to live my life as enjoyable as I can because I haven't really reached the pinnacle yet, because one essential thing still misses in my life. I need more friends and I need a partner again, and then I would already be totally satisfied. Completely unproductive. Yeah, the last thing is also me. Well, you were a biker chick after all.
それはあなたの勝手な妄想でしょ？
I'm afraid that's your own little delusion. Wait, it wasn't the truth?
中央の一流国立大学なのよ。私の周りは行動力はないくせに知識にはプライドを持っているっていう救えない人種だけが集まったわ。
It was a damn first-rate university, but the only people I hung out with were those who possessed both knowledge and talent, but had no drive to use them. That's basically me too. Well, at least my parents say that I have knowledge and talent. And obviously I have some kind of knowledge. Maybe I'm not all up into the political and in the economy and stuff like that, because I'm just not interested in it. But, well, I learned this language, for example, and I still try to improve on it as much as I can. And it seems to be, I at least think that I'm quite good at it at this point. And my talent, I don't really know. I can do a lot of things pretty good, I would say. I could do a lot of things, but I don't really know what I want to do with that. A bunch of stuck up good-for-nothings.
毎晩高級クラブに通って観念的な話題を好んで選んだわ。社会を批判したり大人をバカにしたりね。大学の成績が落ちてもそんなことどうでもいいの。
Every night, we'd all visit this prestigious club and start spouting off our worthless ideals. We criticized society, criticized adults, and we even laughed off the fact that our grades were terrible.
世界中で2分に1人の割合で人が死んでいても関係ない。刹那を大事にすると言い訳をして小さく笑っていたわ。ちょっとした快楽主義者ね。
Even though half the people in the world might have been dying, we just laughed it off. We had ourselves convinced that treasuring your own happiness was all that was important. We were all just idiot hedonists. What? Did I already look that up? I'm not quite sure right now. Not quite sure. Let me see. And I have to say about something about this of my own revelations. Hedonist. Oh! Oh! Sensualist, Epicurean, hedonist. Oh, so I'm an hedonist! I finally know what I am! Hedonist. Okay, so, first off, even though half the people in the world might have been dying, we just laughed it off. So, we had ourselves convinced that treasuring your own happiness was all that was important. And what I realized for myself, well, maybe it doesn't apply to you, but for me it is a pretty much realization after I got heartbroken pretty hard and everything became absolutely nothing for me. I am totally aware of the fact that I am in a very prestigious position just for the sole fact that I have a roof over my head, I have all the food I want, I have a great PC, I have internet, I have everything essential to need. And I know there are countries where the people don't have any of that. Or only barely something about that. They are hungry every day, they struggle to get by day by day. And I totally acknowledge that, but I'm not in that position, so I can't really empathize into that for the sole reason that I never experienced something like that. And it is really hard to do it absolutely honesty. Of course, that is all debatable. I don't think if you are convinced about those things, you do you. I mean, it's your life, you can make your own decisions, but I only want to bring out what I think right now, so don't be offended by it, it's just my own opinion. But I recently developed my own true fact about life, and that true fact is, even though it sounds pessimistic, but I would say it's objectively, just listen to it objectively. Life is meaningless, and we're all gonna die at some point. So, if we say that those two things are fact, because after we die, we vanish. All our knowledge, all we have ever done, except for inventions. Maybe our inventions or our art will live on for a few hundred years until it is burned down because of some emperor arising or something like that. I don't know, but Basically, all the knowledge you have gathered, when you die, this knowledge is gone. Everything you had, everything that is gone. Okay, so, and now is and that is the meaningless of it. So, what other way should we think than that we try to enjoy every day we have ahead of us? Why shouldn't we enjoy every day ahead of us? Why should we be so... Why should we depressed or unhappy when we are stuck in a job or at work that we absolutely despise? That we are only there because we are afraid that we don't have... We won't have it any comfortable anymore. But on the other hand, we think, oh god, 8 to 10 hours a day I have to waste for this job I hate. So when we say that life meaningless and we all gonna die, then we should really try to make the most joy, the most happiness we can have out of our lives up until the point we will die. And then we may die, but then we can die happily, that we not wasted our time with something we were not happy about, with something that we were not convinced about. That's the thing I want. That's the thing I wanted to do. You know where I'm going with this? That you really should always try to drive for something you like. At least that's my opinion about it. That's what I developed while... But you have to take into account, I suffer from depression. I know it's a really lame thing to say, but that's what I realized that. And that's why I can still enjoy those things. That's why I can still enjoy these sessions here. Why I can enjoy these visual novels. Why I get heart-stroked by them. Why I get aroused by them. Why I get not aroused, but raged. And have all those, and being happy, and just cheer all of a sudden. Just, this is basically, everything of this is made up. I'm totally aware of that. But you really have to put your mind into that, and only then you can truly enjoy it. I would say, at least. I mean, no, this is kind of weird. But you know where I'm going with this. I mean, you play games, and you have fictional characters who have fictional stories. But those stories are entertaining, they are interesting, and you won't risk your life while doing this, because imagine if you would be the god of war. If you would be in his position, you would be dead at the first second. So, but we still enjoy stuff like that. So yeah, time we spend having fun and enjoying ourselves is the only time that really matters. And this time is even tripled, doubled, quadrupled if you have friends around you that have the same opinion, that are around you and spend the time with you. And that's why I say, and if you have a partner who also enjoys the things you do, and you can do them together and enjoy them together and even enjoy each other, and the same applies to your friends. This is and also family. I totally forgot to mention family. Time spent with your family, time spent with your friends, time spent with your partner when you find one. That's the only time that, in my opinion, matters in your life, because you enjoyed this time. You could brought happiness out of it. And that's what this is all about. So I'm really happy, you who are watching right now, all of you who are watching right now, that you spent this time with me here on this little journey of mine through this visual novel. And as of now, I know most of you who are watching already read this, but for some reason you are captivated and in the experience I get out of this. You seem to be interested in what I think about this, how I react to that, and I'm really, really glad you do, and I'm really thankful for that. You have no idea. I could just sit here and just read it on my own, and nobody would ever see it, but I know that there are people who enjoy watching other people. I mean, I do it all the time. I watch Jacksepticeye, I watch Markiplier, I watch Lost Pause, I watch a bunch of dudes because it's a happy fun time. It's time spent be enjoyed by someone else while doing nothing. But that's not a bad thing. It's what life is about, having fun. So I'm proud of it, being a hedonist. And I finally know what I am. I'm a hedonist, apparently. I really try to enjoy my life the fullest. And I still don't do it, but I try to work my way to it. I try to get out of my depression, I try to get happy about it, and so far this is the best way to do it. Recording videos, playing games, talking my thoughts into them, and so on and so on. And this is going on way too long by now. So yeah, if there's any other thing left, you can just ask it down in the comments and I most likely will answer them. And we will continue this now. This took a quite long turn. Alright, let's just go. Kyoko-san was quite agitated. She must have been ashamed of herself. And that's why I can't that's why I can't get really empathy for her. What she did there is amazing, and even nowadays, this is still how a lot of students handle this. They only want to pass. Most of them don't want to be the best. They just want to have a grand old time. And I can dig that. Kyoko-san had a habit of firing off some pretty arrogant language every now and then. Perhaps it was related to her past? Oh, one thing though, you should at least try you should at least try to get educated and take your education seriously that you have in school, and where you learn all the basic things that can help you later in life. I think I already said it, calculations, different languages, especially English, of course, and yeah, the math skills, knowing a little bit about the past, knowing a little bit about everyday life, and so on and so on. Those are educations that are well spent, and I never realized that as a kid. Because as a kid, I was even more of a hedonist. So yeah, I still, if there's something I'm interested in, I educate myself in that nowadays, because there's no school that does it for me. So I think I would embrace school different nowadays and wouldn't see it as a burden, as a lot of guys I met still do. Anyway.
だから、自分が子供を身ごもっているって知ったときは、本当に怖かったわ。わかるかしら?
Wait, what? That's why I was so frightened when I found out that I was pregnant. Do you understand? Sorry, but I can't say it that I can.
生命がお腹の中にいるの。そして私の体も変化するの。それは圧倒的な現実なのよ。親の言いなりになって知識だけが育った私にはとても耐えられなかった。
I just realized, yeah, she said she had an abortion. There was a life growing inside my body. I couldn't handle the reality of that. I had grown up without having to take any sort of responsibility for myself. I had just followed my parents' rules. Not to mention the fact that she had grown up without knowing the love of her parents. Yeah, and that hardens the question again. Why did you put an obligation to her? How is she to learn to take responsibility if she's only doing what you tell her? Please, Kenichi, push it down her throat. Not to mention the fact that she had grown up with knowing the love of her parents. Actually, The interesting thing is, this just pops into my mind about doing something that you can enjoy, and that education is important, and you should take your education at school as a kid seriously. But and she's a teacher, so I can see that this is a job where you can put your heart into, because you educate those kids, those teenagers. You give them the tools to form and shape their own life, and pave their way to their own happiness, to their own way to do their things.
おろしたんだよね。それは昔に話してくれたもんね。
You aborted it, didn't you? I heard about that a long time ago. Kyoko-san nodded.
子供を下ろすと罪に問われる社会だったらまだ良かったのにって思ったわ。
At the time, I thought it would have been nice if our society had treated abortion as a crime. Self-styled intellectuals loved all that self-denial stuff after all. At the time, I thought it would have been nice if our society had treated abortion as... Okay, so this is the controversy about is abortion okay or not?
それで私も少しは反省したのか、教員免許を取って大学もなんとか卒業することはできたのよ。
I guess after that, I kinda started reflecting on my actions a little bit, because I ended up graduating from university with a teacher's license.
本当に弱かったわ。
Yeah, I was really weak, and you still are.
灯火を引き取ったのも子供がいればちょっとは強くなれると思ったからなんでしょうね。
But you did the same mistakes your parents did, sorry. I probably accepted Toga because I thought that raising a child would help me grow stronger.
引き取った？
Accepted? Oh yeah, that's still not unraveled, isn't it? Sorry, there was lost a lot of things in my little speech.
さっき5人兄弟の中に養子がいたって言ったわよね。
I mentioned an adopted child among the 5 of us earlier, right? Ah, that would be One Kuoki?
後期は遠い親戚の子でね。親に不幸があって大根家の養子になっていたの。
Koki was a distant relative of ours. Something happened with his parents, and he was entrusted to the One home.
後期も私と同じように他の兄弟からは阻害されて育ったわ。私と後期はお互いに同情し合っていたと思うけれど、救いの手を差し伸べる余裕もなかった。
Kyoki was like me, in that he was alienated from the rest of our siblings. I think we could have ended up sympathizing with each other, but I didn't really have it in me at the time.
ある時、後期は家出をしてね。それ以来、何の音沙汰もなくなったの。私の父も母も後期を探さなかった。
One day, he just up and left the house. He didn't contact us again, and Mom and Dad never tried to find him.
ただ、私が大学を卒業した時、一度だけ私宛てに手紙が届いたことがあってね。
However,
今結婚して子供が生まれるって。
However, I received a letter from him after I graduated from university. It said that he was married now, with a wife and child.
その子供が私？
A child being me?
後期も幸せな生活を過ごしているんだろうと思って安心したわ。
I was
けれど、
How can someone speak so slowly? Well, I think I even speak slowly still. I was kind of relieved to hear that Koki was leading a normal life.
けれど、それから4年くらい経って、私もまた子供を持ってもいいかもしれないと、ようやく立ち直り始めた時だったわ。
But about 4 years later, when I was starting to recover from my past and entertain thoughts of having a child, Kyoko-san gazed at Toka.
家庭裁判所から連絡を受けたの。それで
Domestic. Thick. Oh! I received a report from the Domestic Affairs Court. And then? Kyoko-san, you should try and say this part gently.
どういうことなの？
What do you mean?
どうかあなたの家庭はね、当時問題があったの。
Wait, did her father kill the mother in some way? Toka, there was a problem at your home. It must have been a pretty major one if it had resulted in the loss of parental authority.
あなたに義務を負わせて、あなたを好きなようにしつけていたの。
So you ended up with this obligation and, well, I ended up raising you as I saw fit. Wait, what? So you ended up with this obligation, but only because you fired the obligation. You could have get parental authority without filing an obligation. So why did you put an obligation onto her?
嘘。
No way.
だって私覚えてるよ。お父さんいつも笑ってたよ。スパテル持って。
Because I remember it. Dad was always smiling, holding his spatula.
そう、優しい時もあったんでしょうね。
Yes, I'm sure there were times when he was kind.
お母さん、本当のことを言って。私も小さい頃の話だから何か記憶違いをしているのかもしれないし。
Tell me the truth. I might just be mistaken. It was a long time ago after all.
あなたによくしてくれた先生がいてね。よく家族ぐるみで私やあなたを家に招待してくれたの。先生の奥さんがケーキ作りが趣味でね。トウカはケーキをおねだりしていたものだわ。
You had a really nice teacher back then. He used to invite both of us to eat dinner at his house. His wife's hobby was baking, and you would always beg her to bake. You were cake. She probably meant social worker, not teacher.
つまり私が勘違いしてるってこと？
So, I was just misunderstanding?
じゃあやっぱり私のお父さんはあの手紙の通りに怖い人なの？
But then, my dad really is the scary person who wrote that letter?
それは
Well, Kyoko-san averted her gaze. It was too difficult for her to say. So I spoke in her stead. And that would be why Kyoko-san has refused to speak about your father up until now. The color of Toka's face changed.
そっか。
I see.
トウカ、あまり深く考えないでね。あなたは何も悪くないんだから。
Toka, please don't think too deeply about this. You didn't do anything wrong. And yet you forced an obligation onto her. Nearly drowning herself in the bathtub and banging her head on poles. Whether they were conscious or unconscious actions, they could be construed as acts of self-mutilation, arising from psychological trauma in one's youth. Oh! That was probably why Kyoko had been so panicked when Toka had fallen asleep in the bath. If Toka had forgotten about the past, then perhaps that was for the best. So ultimately, you were appointed as Tooka's guardian, yes? I changed the topic.
裁判所の命令もあって、10日の親権は私に委託されたのよ。
Yes, the position of Tooka's parental authority was transferred to me based on court order. Your siblings and other relatives refused to take Tooka in? Kyoko-san nodded apologetically, trying to absolve some of her family's shame in my eyes. And thus you became the mother of a girl bearing an obligation. Why? When did she get the obligation? Why? When? Why? This hasn't been really explained yet. Did she file the obligation, or did she have the obligation already before that? So Kyoko-san hadn't forced the obligation upon... What? When did she get it? Who put the obligation on her? Did she get the obligation when the parental authority was passed on as a result of the abuse at home? It must have been, though, having a child with an obligation thrust into her care like that. How did she get the obligation? Did I miss that? I don't miss that, right? It must have been, though, having a child with an obligation thrust into her care like that.
何度も義務の解消を申請しようとしたわ。
I've tried applying for the cancellation of it many times. I know, your suffering made itself apparent on those applications. Wait, I had just blown my cover. Kyoko-san made no attempt to lecture me. However, she just stood there watching Tooka with those same trembling shoulders.
10日、あなたを見ていると、まるで昔の自分がそこにいるようで、複雑な気持ちだったわ。
Tooka, when I look at you, it's like I'm looking at myself. So I kept having these complicated thoughts. Okay, yeah, that's probably because you look very much alike for only a half-blood.
私は口答えも許されなかったのに、どうしてこの子はって、つい感情的になってしまうこともあったり。
I was never allowed to talk back, so why is this kid? I'd start thinking stuff like that and lose control of myself.
私は成績が落ちるとひどい目に遭わされていたのに、どうして10日は自分から勉強しないのって。ごめんなさいね。
I had always been punished if my grades fell, so I couldn't understand why you didn't want to study on your own. I'm sorry.
お母さん。
Kyoko-san had become Tooka's mother with a hole in her heart, a hole that her parents should have filled. So she lacks empathy? I mean, she could... She relived her childhood in the college, though. In the school, high school, whatever.
子育てなんてまるでわからなくて、義務があると便利だったのよ。何でも言う通りにさせることができるから、向き合う必要もなくなるから。
Okay, please. Please, I beg of you. Explain to me at which point it was explained how she got this obligation. I mean, seriously. The parents did bad. The parents did a crime. There were problems at her family. And with, it seems to be an abusive father. And she got an obligation because of that? Or did she get the obligation while the thing was passed on? At what time she got the obligation and why? I seem to have missed that part. I didn't really know anything about raising a child, so I thought your obligation was convenient. Could make you do whatever I said, without question. We didn't need to actually try to understand each other.
私の親と同じように、あなたを義務で縛り付けておくのが一番楽で確実な子育てなんじゃないかってほじき先生にも言われて。
Mr. Hoizuki told me that this obligation was the most efficient method of child rearing. So, oh great! So your own suffering in your childhood, where you were not allowed to do anything you wished yourself as you were a child. You thought that was the perfect way, and you saw that you turned out terrible at college because your deficits in your own childhood. And then you thought it was a smart idea to put her in the same state. Great reasoning, great train of thought. But it was Hoizuki who convinced her about that, so it makes it a little bit harder to blame her for that. So yeah, efficient method of Oh, okay. Airing. See it. Wait, I think fostering raising, teasing, bringing up. Why not just raising a child? Okay. That red bastard.
お母さん、もういいよ。
Mom, that's enough.
ごめんね、トーカ。
I'm sorry, Toka, for being a terrible person was very, very poor judgment.
だってそんなに苦痛じゃなかったから。
No, it's okay. It's not as bad as you make it seem. Yeah, study, exercise, don't eat too many sweets. They are things that any parent would tell their kid.
おかげで健康に育ったよ。
Yeah, I grew up healthy thanks to Mom. Toka smiled optimistically. Well then, I guess that about wraps things up here. Except for, I'm pissed now. I'm pissed about that why she got the obligation wasn't properly explained. Let's see. Trying to absolve, you were appointed to Toka's guardian. In the bathtub, banging her head on whether they were, probably when Toka had fallen asleep. Be knowing that he refused to speak about your father. Back then he used to invite both of us at this house. His wife's hobby was baking and he would always be at my bake. My dad, really scary person. Always smiling. I'm sure there was my mom tell me the truth. I might just be again. Major once exalted. Received a letter from him after I graduated. Said he married now, leading a normal life. Starting to recover. Plain thoughts of having a child. Received a report from the domestic affairs court, and then there was a problem at your home. Yeah, must have been a pretty major one if I had resulted in the loss. This seems to be the explanation. So you ended Toka, there was a problem at your home. It must have been a pretty major one if it had resulted in the loss of parental authority. So you ended up with this obligation, and well, I ended up raising you as I saw fit. There was a major problem with probably an abusive father, and the child gets punished with an obligation? What the fuck is wrong with this society? How would this obligation would make anything better? If this was the explanation, then it was very, very poor written. In my opinion. I still don't get it.
そうね。いい加減、義務を解消するわ。
Yeah, I guess I should finally get around to canceling that obligation, huh? Toka perked up as soon as she heard those words. She wouldn't have to wear a badge any longer.
私の言うこともちゃんと聞いてね。
But make sure you still listen to me, okay?
もちろんだよ、お母さん。
Of course, Mom.
命令はしないけれど、あなたに必要だと思うことは言わせてもらうからね。
I won't give you orders anymore, but I'll make sure that you do what I think needs to be done.
私バカだからお母さんの助けがいるよ。
Yeah, I'm a klutz, so I need my mom's help. I guess my work here was just about finished. Alright guys, I'm kinda tired, so... I placed my hand on the doorknob. I wanted to give them some time to themselves.
森田くん、待って。
Morita-kun, wait. What is it? I'm about to drop dead from running that marathon earlier. Yoko-san tapped Toka on the shoulder.
ほら、トウカもお礼言いなさい。
Yo, thank him, Toka. Huh?
あ、
本当に、あなたは意地っ張りなんだから。
You really are stubborn, aren't you? No, I don't need your thanks. I just stirred your family a bit so I could pass my exam.
でもお母さんを助けてくれた。
But you saved Mom. That was just because I didn't like the way Pops was running that fat mouth of his. Yoko-san laughed.
森田くんも、トウカと同じね。
Morita-kun, you're pretty similar to Toka. She was treating me like a kid.
ありがとう。
Thank you. Okay. I scratched my head. Good night. At this time, I really did leave. I stood at the door for a bit, listening to the awkward conversation between the two.
お母さんはお母さんだよね。今まで通りだよね。
Mom, you're still my mom, right? You haven't changed, have you?
いいえ、私はもう少し自分に素直になるわ。
No, I haven't. I need to start being more honest with myself, though.
じゃあ私も。
I do too. Dot. Night had come and the conversation had drawn to an end. I decided to pay a visit to Toka's room. Yo!
あ、何よ急に。
What is it? Toka had been sitting on her bed, but got up to greet me. Man, a lot happened today, huh? Have you calmed down any?
いや。
I'm okay. Her cheeks were flushed, so she was probably still a bit upset. Her face as a whole seemed rather stiff as well. Well, honestly, I expected more of a reaction out of you, you know? So I was kinda wondering if you were doing alright.
そんなことをわざわざ聞きに来たの？
You came here just to ask that? Well, I'm still your supervisor, you know?
担当だから？それだけ？
So, you only care about me because you're my supervisor? Her voice was faint. What?
なんでもない。ちょっと頭が沸騰してるみたい。
Nothing. I just have a bit of a headache, I guess. I'm glad you guys were able to work things out.
うん。実感が湧いてこなくて。
Yeah, though it hasn't really sunken in yet.
私が実はお母さんの子供じゃないだなんて。
I mean, it's hard to believe that I'm not Mom's real child. Yeah, they look very similar. Does it bother you?
そんなことないよ。だってお母さんすごく辛そうに過去を話してたし。
Not really. I mean, she had to deal with all that crap in her past. That was probably why Toka hadn't talked back to her earlier.
でも私のお父さんがまさか私をひどい目に遭わせてたなんて。本当なのかな？
Okay. But Do you think it's true that my dad treated me badly? So, yeah, the dad treated her badly and then she gets an obligation for it? It's just dumb. So it has been bothering you.
でもお母さんにそれを聞くのはなんだか悪い気がして。だってお母さんは私の理想のお父さんを壊さないようにしてくれてたんだよ。
Yeah, but I'd feel bad asking Mom about something like that. I mean, she tried her hardest not to destroy my image of the perfect father. She really was kind. Stupid, but kind. It was quite rare for both parents to lose their parental authority and have their child given to an outside party. The court wouldn't have bothered taking action unless her parents had been abusing their authority and mistreating her in some way. However, I don't think that knowing the truth would have made Toga any happier. So could it be the parental authority was lifted from her? From those parents? And she was brought to the authorities, and the authorities gave her that obligation, so she had to obey them? That's pretty dumb, because does a child really understand what an obligation means if it is so young? What do you think? Do you remember your dad ever doing anything weird to you? Toka cocked her head to the side, thinking.
ない。
No. Thank God for that. Then shouldn't that be enough for you? How did they treat her badly, though? What happened to her? Wait, both parents?
どういう意味？
So, her mother isn't dead as I anticipated. What do you mean? Hyoko-san said it too. You remember your father as being a good person, so there's no reason to keep worrying like this. Realizing what I was about to say next made me feel a bit dizzy. You don't need to drag around your past like that. Oh, look who's talking. Hoizuki Ken. The hell was I saying? What's done is done. You can't change it. The hell was I doing, making myself out to be such a great person like this?
ケンイチ？
What is it? I had abandoned my friends. had abandoned my friends 7 years ago. So what the hell gave me the right to act like this?
ケンイチ、汗びっしょりだよ。
Kenichi, you're covered with sweat. The sensation of warmth pressing against my forehead brought me back to my senses.
大丈夫？疲れたの？
Are you okay? Are you tired? Yeah, thanks. Toka wiped my filthy sweat off with her bare hand. Hey, I haven't taken a bath yet.
ベッドに横になる？
You want to lie down on the bed? Oh. No, I'm fine. I had come here to help her vent her frustration a bit, but I had just ended up causing more trouble for her.
お水持ってくるね。
I bring some water. It's okay. Toka made me lie down on her bed and ran out of the room. Come to think of it, Toka was the only one unrelated to the events 7 years ago. I allowed myself to depend on her too much for just a bit.
ケンイチ、お水。
Kenichi, I brought some water. Dot.
大丈夫？飲めそう？
Are you okay? Do you think you can drink it? She looked into my face, worried about me from the bottom of her heart. Even though she had her own problems to be worrying about. Don't worry. I took the cup and downed it in one go. What? You stupid idiot! Wait, what? Why did she say "Bwah"? Oh, I think she accidentally put hot water into this.
何よ？
But what is it? Why the hell did you bring me hot water, you moron? Eh? How on earth did you not notice?
だって焦って持ってきたもんだから。
But I was in a hurry. Well, I guess it's my fault for actually drinking the damn thing.
そうだよ。まったく感謝しなさいよね。
That's right. Sheesh, you just don't know how to thank people. Indeed, I had gotten a lot better with her help. Somehow, just looking at Toka was enough to make one smile.
何よ、人のことじーっと見て、またバカにしてるんでしょ。
What is it? Stop staring at me like that. Are you making fun of me again? What were we talking about again?
ん？
Did you forget? Oh well.
覚えてるよ。お母さんの話でしょ。
I remember. We were talking about Mom, right? You love your mother, yes?
もちろん。
Of course. No hesitation at all. How dazzling. You've said it yourself. You suck at thinking too deeply about things. So that should be enough, right?
うん。
Now that response was a bit superficial. Worrying about it was natural, I guess. Hey, come on. If you worry about it too much, Pops is gonna take advantage of you again.
あの人もある意味私とお母さんを救ってくれたんだと思う。
I think he was trying to save Mom and me in his own way. Huh?
あの人の言った通り、今回の研修の話はちょっとした試練だったんだよ。
It's like he said, everything that happened today was like a trial for us. Please, don't let yourself be fooled by him. Don't you feel angry at the way he manipulated you?
それは私がバカだったから、もういいの。
No, I was just being an idiot. Enough about that. What a girl. I couldn't help but sigh.
騙されたとか、利用されたとか、理想のお父さんは実は悪い人だったとか、お母さんがとっても弱い人だったとか、私はあんまり引きずっていたくないな。
Being deceived, being used, building up my father to be something he isn't, having a mom who's that weak. I don't want to keep dwelling on stuff like that.
何かされたからこっちも悔しいとか、何かされたからこっちも悲しいとか、そういった思いが続いていくのは、なんていうか、やだな。
I don't know. I just don't like the idea of carrying that stuff with me for the rest of my life. It's like, what's the point in getting angry or depressed over stuff that's in the past? Oh, you tell me. You tell me. I don't like the idea either, but I am in that situation that I just want to forget my past. Well, at least the painful thing. But I think sometimes I think I just haven't moved on from 3 years ago. Not really, at least. I graduated my apprenticeship, but that's pretty much all I did up until this point. Wait, yeah, I think it's.
でもやっぱりちょっとは引きずっちゃうんだろうな。
See, it's hard to just turn it off, and it can take you years to get over it. I guess I'm kind of dwelling on it though. She smiled peacefully. She had accepted something about herself. If anything happens, if you remember anything bad, please come tell me about it.
何そのどこかへ旅立っていくようなセリフは。
Well, what's with that line? You make it sound like you're going somewhere. Well, my supervision of you is going to come to an end.
でもまだ町にはいるんでしょ。
But You're still going to be in town, aren't you? I nodded. Well, then good night. I'm surprised by how calm you're taking this, but I guess that's for the best.
ショックで寝込んでるとでも思ったの？
What did you think? I was going to collapse from the shock? Yeah, I guess you're stronger than I give you credit for.
いや、弱っちいよ。だから。
No, I'm just a weakling. So,
えっと、
what is it?
うん。
Nothing. If you have something to tell me, then tell me.
やっぱりいい。もう寝るね。
No, never mind. I'm going to sleep now. Was she trying what I think she was trying? It probably wasn't something important enough to force out of her then. I turned my back to Toka. What is it now? I turned around.
なんでもない。
Nothing. This was almost comical. Try not to repress your feelings too much, alright? Also, thanks for worrying about me a little while ago. It's been too long since someone else looked after me. It made me kinda happy. Oh, that is a great feeling. Bye. I left the room. I felt kind of giddy. Okay, I think that's enough. I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you enjoyed it so far. I hope you didn't find that speech of mine too annoying and too weird. I really tried hard to express myself in detail there as much as I was able to do in a language I'm not absolutely native in and probably never will be. I will never be as good as a native one, and I still have a lot to learn, so it could be that some of it could be taken the wrong way, so I really hope that you don't blame me for phrasing something bad and then it sounded bad. Then I'm sorry if you got offended by anything I said. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, and I will hopefully see you, most importantly, in the next episode. Stay tuned.